Howdy guys, and welcome to another episode from the Foundry, where I give monkey brain advice to DMs and players alike, along with tips and how-to guides using my campaign as an example. Today, I'll be finishing Grassland Encounters 4 Tier 1 play, covering levels 4 and 5. I have created 8 different encounters, 4 deadly ones and 4 regular ones. As stated in part 1, these encounters are balanced using my balancing methodology, using a party of 4. Now, let's jump into our first deadly encounter. 2 Barghists. Barghists are an interesting lot. If someone in your party is playing a goblinoid, this could be an interesting encounter to throw at them. Barghists are soul-devouring fiends that prefer to hunt down powerful goblinoids. They hide amongst goblin populations, waiting for a prime target to kill and devour. Even if your party doesn't have a goblinoid in it, you could always have them fight what looks like a normal small band of goblins, just to have one transform into its large, fiendish canine form, angry that its prey is being taken away from it. Now, looking at the legacy stat block in Volo's versus Mordekainen's Monsters and Multiverse, the Volo stat block is significantly stronger in that it has 30 more hit points and additional elemental resistances. Our next deadly encounter is 2 Hobgoblin Devastators. How often has the party wizard wanted to drop a fireball but couldn't since the party was mixed in with all the enemies, unless they were an evocation wizard? Well, the Hobgoblins have felt the same way and thus have strictly trained up these Hobgoblin Devastators. These battle mages are all essentially a super powered evocation wizard with no limit to how they can bend their spells around their allies. The barbarian might think they're just a flimsy mage and that they'll easily beat them in melee combat, but the Hobgoblins have made sure to beat any weakness out of these devastators. This is only true if you aren't using the old stat block found in Volo's. Volo's version has a more dynamic spell list that is better suited for playing keep away, while Mordekainen's Multiverse version will put anyone in their rightful place beneath the host's boots. Their melee strike deals an additional 3d8 force damage, along with having a powerful short range Eldritch Blast like ability that will knock the target prone. As for the spell list, it's a lot more limited, but it gets a lot more casts of the powerful damage dealing spells you want to be using anyways. Moving on to regular encounters, we have the Iron Cobra. If you really enjoy using constructs and clockwork monsters, the Iron Cobra should be on your radar. This mechanical snake doesn't deal a lot of damage innately, but instead becomes a war of attrition type encounter, especially if you get good rolls on the enhancements or malfunctions table. To continue the theme of differing stat blocks, the legacy stat block in Mordekainen's Tome of Foes is a force to be reckoned with. 45 hit points with immunity to all weapon damage that isn't adamantine, plus magic resistance. You're forced to use elemental damage, which isn't as common for martial classes at these low levels, really putting the pressure on your casters. While the new version is a lot more reasonable, removing the immunity and just increasing the HP by a significant amount. Our next regular encounter is 4 Scouts. Scouts very much follow the philosophy of united we stand, divided we fall. Individually, they're nothing impressive and can be easily rolled over by a level 4 party, but this is where you get to flex your DM skills and really utilize some tactics. Have the scouts fan out and keep their distance, taking cover if it's available, peeking out and sniping the party with their longbows from at least 2 different angles. This should get the party to fight on 2 fronts and have them pick which side they're going to attack, assuming they can't even find the scouts. This game of cat and mouse shouldn't be seen as too cruel, since each scout is only doing about 12 points of damage each turn and can almost easily fall over in just 1 or 2 attacks. They can definitely soften up the party though for a second encounter on that same adventuring day. We now have level 5. Our first deadly encounter for level 5 is a Cadaver Collector. Imagine the fear a large construct lumbering through a battlefield, impaling the bodies of those that it's killed would bring to an unexpected party. The Cadaver Collector is a construct that normally answers the summons of a Hobgoblin General or some other evil warlord looking to turn the tides of a battle or instill fear in the battlefield. This collector can be a nightmare with its large number of damage resistances, magic resistance, and ability to summon the spirits of those that it's impaled on its body. This walking army of the dead can be a nasty surprise in any campaign. With enough planning and foreshadowing, by the time your party meets this creature, it could have a small army of spectators following it into battle. And like so many other creatures that were changed in Mordekainen's Monsters of the Multiverse, the legacy stat block in Mordekainen's Tome of Foes is slightly stronger in that it can summon 1d6 1d6 specters instead of 1d4. As for our second deadly encounter, we have 2 mecha or regular chimeras. For how much of a trope and staple chimeras are in a lot of fantasy stories, they really aren't used as much in campaigns. Due to their 3 heads and different attacks, the encounter is very dynamic and fairly chaotic. Having a small breath attack and 2 additional attacks for anyone left standing can be disastrous depending on the battlefield. However, if in your campaign you'd rather use constructs or weaken the chimera a bit, you could use the mecha chimera. It has all the same statistics as the normal chimera, except you can disable each head and its corresponding attack fairly easily. The party just needs to see the power discs and remove them with a fairly low DC sleight of hand check. Moving on to the regular encounters, we have the Shusuva. For us fellow DMs that love to use gnolls, we should really start branching out and doing them justice by using other gnoll minions. Shosuvas are gifts given to powerful gnolls from the Gnoll Demon Lord. These loyal hyenas play a large role in determining respect and rank in Gnoll society due to the impact it has in the warband, paralyzing a foe before it mauls them itself or for the rest of the warband to gang up on. This fiend can be quite dangerous in how you can utilize it. Should it down a player, it can immediately rampage as a bonus action, attacking another one. This combo chain can be quite devastating if the party brings NPCs to assist them often on adventures. A great way to introduce this creature would be to have the party arrive a bit too late to a battle that the gnolls have just won. When the party rushes to defeat the remaining weakened gnolls, the Shasuva manifests from the abyss alongside the leader. Comparing the 2 variants from Volos and Monsters of the Multiverse, the changes are simply removing the damage resistances from non-magical weapons, which shouldn't be too big a deal at level 5, and it gives it about 26 more hit points. As for our last encounter, we have the Sword Wraith Commander. It's always fun to create a historic battle to mention as flavor in your campaign, and with the Sword Wraith Commander, you can make it relevant for your current party. These wraiths continue to seek honor into the afterlife for dying prematurely or losing the battle itself. However, when you use these undead, it doesn't have to become a combat encounter. These wraiths can be placated by serenading them with praise, allowing the party to potentially gather information from them. As for any noticeable changes in their stat blocks, there are none between the original and Monsters of the Multiverse. This brings us to the end for Tier 1 play encounters in the Grasslands environment. 8 different encounters utilizing mostly uncommon or underutilized creatures. If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, give this video a like and comment down below some of your favorite encounters to use in Grassland environments. I'll be releasing levels 4 and 5 to finish out Tier 1 play for Coast encounters next, so make sure you get subscribed and don't miss when that comes out. In the meantime, if you're looking for other interesting encounters to use at your table, check out my encounter series where I cover other environments. But yeah, see you guys next time.